Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's episode, we will be having a brief Gameweek 21 update and then having a look at our provisional plans for Gameweek 22. But before we do, please remember to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. We will really appreciate it as we've got big plans for this channel going forward. Also feel free to follow us on Twitter at FPL_A+. Today's FPL trivia question is as follows. Which midfielder has scored the most goals until Gameweek 21? The three options are A. Marcus Rashford, B. Rodrigo, C. Mikel Almiron. Which midfielder has scored the most goals until Gameweek 21? Please stay tuned, the answer will be revealed at the end of this video. We carry on with today's Gameweek 21 team review. At the back in goal, the decision to start Ward over Kepa Arrizabalaga did not pay off, as it was a high risk, high reward decision and Ward did not keep a clean sheet, while we know that Kepa kept a clean sheet and maximum bonus points. At the back in defense, Kieran Trippier carries on his magnificent season with another sterling clean sheet and bonus points for an 8-point score. Nathan Akai came on from the bench and unfortunately only scored 1 point. Ben White was subbed off early after Arsenal conceded and therefore managed a grand total of 0 points. Midfield, Mo Salah carried on his recent poor performances with a blank and 3-point score. Marcus Rashford on the other side managed another goal for a 7-point score. Gabriel Martinelli was not as prolific as he was at the start of the season and only managed 2 points. Riyad Mahrez managed an assist for a 6-point score. Up front, our three forwards, Erling Haaland was the hero of the game week with a hat-trick and 17 points, which converts to 34 points as our captain. Harry Kane scored another goal and 6 points as our vice-captain. Alexander Mitrovic unfortunately blanked for a 2-point score. Overall, our team managed a total of 70 points compared to the average of 65 points. We expected a bit more had we not taken the exciting decision to start off with Ward and rather Kepa Arrizabalaga. Our position would have been a bit improved. However, at this stage our rank is around 29,160, which at the start of the season we would have been very happy with. So far so good, and the main strategy now is to push on in the exciting double game weeks to follow. This is the current FPLA Super League standings. In first place we've got yours truly just hanging on there. In second place we've got Dennis Kuswanda, who was for a short stint recently in the number 1 position. In number 3 we've got Mebni Mohammed Amr. In number 4 we've got Piyush Singla. In 5th place we've got Pedro Azevedo. 6th place goes to Jonathan FPL Jonas. Well done, Jonathan. He was in this position in the top 10 early in the season and has made a strong comeback. In 7th place we've got James Light. In 8th place we've got Jamie Duncan. 9th place we've got Daniel Kojo Frupmong. And then in 10th place, rounding up the top 10, we have got Niam Riamburi Manuel. Well done to everybody that's made it into the FPLA Plus top 10. Those that are not there, keep on pushing and your time will come soon. This is the current Gameweek 22 to Gameweek 25 fixtures. In relation to double game weeks, you'll note in blue are the confirmed double game weeks, except for Gameweek 22 double game weeks for Leeds and Manchester United, that is subject to other competition and no replays in the FA Cup and the EFL Cup for Leeds and for Manchester United. The possible double game week teams are in purple and the possible blank game week teams are in yellow. So as you can see, there is still quite a few permutations ahead of the possible doubles and blanks. Many of these will be confirmed before Gameweek 22 starts, especially the doubles in Gameweek 22, as well as most of the blanks in Gameweek 25. My suggestion would be not to chase price rises or to fall for price drops if you have any planned moves. It can be quite costly should you go for the ideal move only to see a player get injured or have another issue in your team that will cost you a further hit. Believe me, it is priceless to have patience in FPL, and having that all the information closer to deadline time is much more worthy than chasing a 0.2 or even a 0.3 price profit. The current players on our current watch list, they are mainly players that are either in form or have a pending double game week. The first player we've got is Bruno Fernandes at 9.9 million, has got a potential double game week in Gameweek 22 against Crystal Palace and Leeds, both at home, which could be quite a mouth-watering prospect, and then has Leeds away and Leicester. So the next 4 fixtures are all looking very rosy for Manchester United and the attacking prospects. Next we've got is Nketiah from Arsenal at 6.7 million, has been in great form, stepping up again after the recent injury to Gabriel Jesus, and has shown his team what he's capable of. He scored 2 goals recently, and his fixtures are looking quite promising. He plays Everton, who are on the back of firing Frank Lampard recently, so they'll be struggling and demoralized. And then he's got a double game week against Brentford and Manchester City, followed by Aston Villa. So he's definitely someone that has got a good run of fixtures. The only thing is to keep an eye out when Gabriel Jesus is likely to be back, as then there could be some rotation. Based on current information, it is likely that Gabriel Jesus could possibly be back around game week 25. However, between now and then there could be quite a few points up on offer, so Nketiah is still a worthy option for your FPL team. Next on the watch list we've got Rodrigo at 6.4 million. He's got a good run of fixtures, potentially double game week against Nottingham Forest and Manchester United, both away. Then plays Manchester United at home, followed by Everton. He has been in quite good form recently, actually over the season. Recently he's been a bit hot and cold, but we all know what he's capable of, and he's one of the key talisman for Leeds United at this stage. Then we've got Bukayo Saka, the star boy of Arsenal, at 8.2 million. A great run of fixtures for Arsenal, as mentioned earlier, and his position is quite nailed on. You won't have the same issue as you could potentially have down the line for Nketiah, and he's always in the scoring, whether it's a goal or an assist. You can definitely count on Bukayo Saka. Next on the watch list we have got an exciting prospect that has joined the Premier League, Gnonto from Leeds United. Reminds me of a much younger Michael Antonio with his burst of pace. Very skillful player, has got lots of pace and has been doing magic for Leeds so far. At only 5 million, he could be a bargain if he manages to keep his spot. He plays Nottingham Forest next, then Manchester United away, and then Manchester United at home, as well as Everton. So quite an exciting prospect if you're looking to free up funds in the forward line. He could definitely be someone to keep an eye on. Due to some of the potential changes in the fixtures that are still being awaited and confirmed for Game Week 22 and beyond, double and blanks, we currently have 2 possible options for our team. However, these are all subject to confirmation of double game weeks and blank game weeks. First plan that we have at this stage, this is on the assumption that Manchester United does get a double game week 22, The transfers that we are looking at is Mo Salah and Alexander Mitrovic out, and Bruno Fernandes in, and Nketiah in. This will require to be funded, as Bruno Fernandes would then become our third Manchester United player. Unfortunately, Brandon Williams, who is a non-playing member of the Manchester United team, was one of the cheapest options as a defender available, and he was the only option that we could fit in to our team in order to fund the rest of the team. So we would need to remove him, and in place of him we would be most likely looking at bringing in Sven Botsman from Newcastle, who's been part of a very formidable Newcastle defence at only 4.5 million, 9 clean sheets in the last 11. Newcastle, unbelievable defence, rock solid, and even though he could potentially, and Newcastle could potentially blank in Gameweek 25, we don't see this as a deterrent, as this still offers plenty of opportunities for 3 clean sheets between now and Gameweek 24 as a minimum. So this would be at a cost of -4. This would also leave 3.1 million in the bank that could be used for other upgrades elsewhere. The transfer plan option number 2 is as follows. This would be Mo Salah that would be out, and instead of Mitrovic it would be Andreas that would be out. The transfers in would be Bruno Fernandes, which is the same as the previous one, but replacing Andreas we would have Odegaard. So we just have a different Fulham player who's a midfielder, and bringing a different Arsenal player that is a midfielder. Odegaard's position is quite secure. He's the captain of the team. He's been in sublime form recently, very consistent. He's not only been assisting, he's been scoring goals as well. Unbelievable value. At 6.9 million, you could potentially say that he's a much more valuable player currently in the Arsenal team compared to someone like Martinelli, who we also have in our team currently. And then Brandon Williams would also similarly be replaced by Sven Botsman. This move would also be a -4, and it would leave 0.3 million in the bank. This is how the team will line up for Gameweek 22 if we implement plan 1. In goal we would have Kepa Arrizabalaga. In defense we'll have Kieran Trippier, as well as Luke Shaw and Ben White. In midfield we'll have Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford and Gabriel Martinelli, as well as Riyad Mahrez. Up front, the 3 forwards would be Erling Haaland, Harry Kane and Nketiah. The captaincy armband is currently on Marcus Rashford, with his pending double game week against Crystal Palace and Leeds, both at home, with the vice captaincy on Erling Haaland. Other options for captaincy could be Bruno Fernandes, or alternatively, if you're looking for a differential, Kevin De Bruyne or Riyad Mahrez. The other options for this team, we could potentially replace Nketiah with Mitrovic, who could remain in the team, and we could potentially switch Andreas to Odegaard. That's it for the team. The answer to our FPL trivia question that we asked earlier is as follows. The question was, which midfielder has scored the most goals until Gameweek 21? The 3 options were Rashford, Rodrigo or Almiron. Please comment down below if you got this answer correctly. The answer to this question was Rodrigo. Rodrigo has managed 10 goals to be the top scoring midfielder in FPL so far until Gameweek 21, followed closely by Marcus Rashford and Almiron. That's it for this game week. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to keep an eye out on team news as well as the remaining competitions in England, which is the EFL Cup as well as the FA Cup, as their results will impact on the double game week and blank game weeks going forward. Try to avoid making early transfers, and all the best for Game Week 22. Until next time, cheerio!